And your thoughts as we see the pound slide on the back of weaker data and revised expectations around the Bank of England. I saw that Barclays was the last of the banks to be expecting a June hike. They backed away from that call yesterday. Your expectations for the Bank of England and the pound? Well,
the UK economy, as you see, it's been impacted quite a lot by Brexit, and it's continuing to be impacted. We've had very poor GDP prints last week, and PMIs have been very disappointing, both on services and manufacturing. It looks like we're going nowhere, really, as far as Brexit negotiations are going, and it's starting to really impact the UK economy. And obviously, that has repercussions on the gilt market, because now you're pricing much less hikes going forward unless you get a recovery in growth. That's not going to happen. So in the short term, it's pretty negative, and probably it puts a cap on where yields can go.
Yeah. If we get the extension of the transition period as is being suggested at the moment, would that be market positive, or would it be negative just because there's more uncertainty for longer?
So that's an interesting question. I guess the transition period now is pretty much priced in, and that's not going to move much the markets. When you look at what's going on at the moment, now that we're getting to the real questions, which are what will the relationship with Europe look like 10 years from now, you can see there's a complete lack of consensus within the Conservative Party in the UK. So, yes, we can extend transition period, but those questions will have to get resolved. And at the moment, we don't really see how it's going to happen in the short term. So that's not really going to be a catalyst.
Well, typically, when you don't know what the public wants, you can ask them with an election. That didn't go so well for Theresa May last time she decided to do that, and her grip on power does perhaps not seem strong enough. But if that were to happen, if that were to be the course of action that transpires here, go to the polls, have another election, how would that be received by UK assets? Just huge uncertainty would be a negative, or would there be positives in there too?
Well, you have to really look at who might be able to win. If you were to have an election today, you probably would have either a small majority for Labour, or maybe a hung parliament again. So I don't think at the moment it would really change things a lot. If anything, you would be more likely to have a softer Brexit, so that could potentially be favorable to the markets. But given the uncertainty around that, I don't think it would be a strong catalyst either.